Iga Swiatek, Jabeur to the semis.
Aryna Sabalenka.
Caroline Garcia, her first major semifinal.
Welcome back to the Changeover Show. I'm James Anadakis, and it's day 11 here at the US Open, or is it still day 10? We don't even know. We've hardly slept. Arthur Ashe Stadium was open later than it's ever been before last night, and if you missed it, let's take a look back.
Yeah, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast.
Have you ever seen anything like it
We don't know defeat.
in your life?
Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast.
Can I run up the score, run up the board, breaking them all?
That's some of the best hitting we've seen from Swiatek.
Iga Swiatek into the US Open semis for the first time.
Carlos Alcaraz, a night that no one will ever forget, surely.
The incredible tennis just continues here at the US Open. 2022 has been one to remember. Well, on today's show, we are joined by an esteemed group of ladies as we get ready for the women's semi-finals tonight. Lindsay Davenport is back again, 1998 US Open winner. Prem Siripapat, former tennis player, a tennis expert, and actress Eugenie Ellis played, of course, an important role, Orsine Price in King Richard. And Eugenie, that match was pretty much right out of a Hollywood script last night, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I can't believe that. I mean, that backhand behind the back, I don't even know what to do with that. I can't do anything behind my back at all.
Oh, Eugenie, it was a pleasure to watch that match and a pleasure to have you on the show. Lindsay, I think one of the conversations everyone's been having today is how far into the match did you get? Because it just went on into the early hours.
Okay, that's not really fair. I did a clinic this morning at 8 a.m., so I was very diligent at one set all to turn it off, and I've heard it's the biggest mistake I've ever made. The best tennis that we've seen here on Arthur Ashe Stadium, certainly this year, maybe in who knows how long. I mean, that's going to be the big challenge for Alcaraz. How do you finish at 2:30 a.m., 5+ hours, and get ready to go less than 48 hours later to play the biggest match of your life? So we'll have to see. He's 19, so he's got that ability. He's got that youth on his side, but that was something, it took a very special effort to win that match. Where is his tank emotionally and physically on Friday against Francis?
Yeah, it does sort of affect things, doesn't it? If TFO was looking for some way of weakening Alcaraz, Prim, I think that could well have been the way.
It certainly was. But yeah, I mean, as Lindsay mentioned, you know, he is 19 years old. I'm sure all of us can remember the amount of energy we had at 19. And all I have to say is, listen, he outlasted all the people who went out to the clubs last night. He outlasted me and my bedtime. And he also outlasted Jannik Sinner with that epic 5-hour, 15-minute match. But you know what? Sinner's the bigger opponent. Obviously, my bedtime it's pretty beatable. But you know, as Lindsay mentioned, the torch is starting to be handed over, and you know, everybody's been calling him the modern day Rafa Nadal for a reason. I think we certainly saw a lot of that last night.
Yeah, they have been changing people's bedtimes, these players, consistently here at the US Open in 2022. Well, the sun has finally returned here at the Billie Jean King National Tennis Centre after a couple of days of overcast weather, some rain, and as a result, the La Roche-Posay has fans covered as the official sunscreen of the US Open, and they're back with another edition of Smooth Moves.
There it is. There he is. In straight sets, Francis Tiafoe.
Prim, you got any moves like that?
I mean, with a little social courage back in the day during my teen years growing up in Tampa, Florida, absolutely. But today I might need a little bit more social courage to do something like that. But listen, if I had just come off a huge win off Rafa Nadal and had also beaten Andrei Rublev, I'd be busting out some moves too on Ashe.
Ingenue, Francis Tiafoe just seems to have that in his locker, doesn't he? He's an entertainer as much as he is a fantastic tennis player.
Yeah, he can do both. I mean, you know, I'm gonna have to take a little class on those moves so when I do go back out in the world, ready.
We've got an incredible night of women's singles action to look forward to in Arthur Ashe Stadium. And it all starts with Garcia taking on 5th seed Jabeur. And we have both of them in today's edition of They Said What? Let's check it out.
I mean, I've always been very
I always try to put the pressure on the other one to be on the court.
Oh, we go way back from juniors. I know she plays really and tough game, so whoever is gonna be able to impose her game is gonna be in better form.
Obviously, you're new to the show. I feel like we need to explain this a little bit. Obviously, the words were beeped out. It's a family show, but they do sound a bit like curse words, don't they? Any idea what was being said then?
Incredible.
Oh, okay, I like that. We'll put that on the back burner. Prim, I feel like you know the answer. You sat there confidently, so we're going to come to you last. Lindsay, any idea?
I don't look confident sitting here. What was that?
I'm having to squint.
It's the heat.
Okay, no. Now that I'm looking you in the eyes, I can see pure confidence.
I'm trying to get a little bit more witty. I think I know what the answer is.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to come up with a better answer.
Okay. What was the witty answer?
I can't see. That's the problem.
That was the lack of confidence I could see in your face.
I think they were saying aggressive, but we'll see.
Okay, Prim, what were you thinking?
I was kind of thinking of supercalifragilistic.
Yes, thank you. Exactly.
But I agree with Lindsay. I'm pretty sure it was aggressive.
Okay, let's find out what it was.
I mean, I've always been very aggressive.
Okay.
I always try to be on the court.
I know she plays really aggressive and tough game, so whoever is gonna be able to impose her game is gonna be in better form.
You know, we were a bit harsh on you there. We didn't even explain the rules of the game, and suddenly you were being asked to try and answer the quiz. So I think valiant effort. Well done, Prim and Lindsay, though. You've got the right answer. I'm going to try and high-five Lindsay out of shot. Did that work? That's kind of cool, right? Okay, it's time now to look at match insights with IBM Watson, the AI-powered fact sheets. They get you up to speed on every singles match at the US Open. And you can see that Watson's analysis gives Jabeur the edge over Garcia with a 58% chance of winning. This figure comes from a comprehensive analysis that includes scores, statistics, and, of course, expert opinions. Well, these ladies have met twice in a Grand Slam before, with Jabeur moving on both times. And while the Tunisian has been at the top of the IBM Power Index since the start of the tournament, Caroline Garcia has shot up the rankings, reaching as high as number 2 before Iga Swiatek's win last night moved her up to 3rd. So that's IBM Watson's analysis, but if you want to have a go, check out usopen.org/match insights to share your own thoughts on the match. Lindsay, does the head-to-head record matter this late into a tournament, or is it all about momentum, do you think?
Normally it does, but I think if you're Garcia, what do you look for? How well you've been playing the last 3 months. And she's been the best player statistically on tour. The last 3 months, she's won on grass, she's won on clay, she's won on hard. She's now through to her first Grand Slam semi. So I think if you're in Team Garcia, you're throwing all the previous results out. You try and convince her it doesn't matter. What matters is how you're playing right now. And the truth is, she's been playing the best tennis on tour. So why not the French woman to go on and win? Jabeur, she's got that ability to change up her game. I don't know, but Garcia, I think she's going to rush her. I like the French woman's chances.
Yeah, I agree. She's looking very good. Ingenue, the way that Garcia played against Coco Gauff the other day, she looked pretty unbeatable right from the very first game. Do you think Garcia's possibly got this one in the bag?
I mean, I agree with Lindsay. I think it's just the momentum. When you're playing like that, and you're in the emotion of this kind of platform, which is the U.S. Open, it's kind of hard to defeat that, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Prim, we'll throw to you sort of for the final thought on this section. Who goes through to the final? Who, in your mind, who is the US Open Women's Final going to be?
U.S. Open Women's Final, I think, even though Caroline Garcia is playing really well, I'm going to pick Ons Jabeur. And then on the other side, I think I have to go with Iga Swiatek. Even if she's been complaining a little bit about the balls, I also wonder if that's kind of like a form of distraction. I mean, she's the world #1. She's got a target on her back. And you know what? It might not be a bad play to kind of take the focus off all the expectations and the pressure and just focus on those fuzzy tennis balls. And then that allows her to kind of play a little bit more freely. So that's my go at it. US Open Final.
Removes the pressure perhaps a little bit, you think? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it might not be a bad ploy.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Okay, well, look, women's semi-finals, of course, are going to be under the lights on Arthur Ashe Stadium, and we're going to see another late finish. It could well happen. That's it for today's show. But we will, of course, be back again tomorrow, where we'll be talking a bit more about the men's semis and reflecting a bit more on the women's. And we will then know, of course, who is in the final. That's it for today's show. Thanks, everybody, for taking part. We will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.